Have you ever seen a photo so bold that it makes everyone talk about it? Well, that is exactly what happened with some of Olivia Newton-John's pictures in a G-string. These images are very revealing and show a side of her that most people do not usually get to see. Olivia Newton-John is known all over the world for her acting, singing, and her unforgettable role in Grease. But in these photos, she is not acting or singing. She is simply being herself. And that is what makes these pictures so eye-catching. You might be wondering why these pictures are getting so much attention. Well, it is because they show confidence and a daring style. It is not every day you see someone of her fame wearing something so bold. And even though these images are controversial to some, millions of people could not look away. Now, let us talk a little bit about Olivia herself. She started her career in the 1970s and quickly became a household name. Everyone knows her for her music hits and her acting career. But many people do not know she also did photo shoots that pushed the limits of fashion and style. These G-string photos are a big example. She posed in ways that were daring for that time, showing confidence and boldness that people had not really seen before. It made her stand out, not just as a performer, but as a person who was not afraid to take risks. You might be thinking, is it just about the clothes or the style? Not really. It is about self-expression. Olivia was showing that she could be glamorous, strong, and playful all at once. That is something that fans from all over the world really admired. Many celebrities try to make a statement with their style, but Olivia did it in a way that felt natural to her. She was not trying to shock people for attention. She was just being herself and embracing her own sense of fashion. And let us not forget the timing. These photos were taken in a period when fashion rules were very strict. Women were not supposed to wear such revealing clothing. But Olivia broke those unwritten rules. And that is why people still remember these pictures even today. Another reason these photos are talked about is the way they show her personality. She looks confident, playful, and completely comfortable in her own skin. That is not something everyone can do in front of a camera. Many people would feel nervous, but Olivia made it look easy. It is interesting to see how fashion and self-expression have changed over the years. Back then, wearing a G-string was bold. Today, it might seem normal, but back then it took courage and a strong sense of who you are. Olivia's photos captured that perfectly. Of course, not everyone loved these photos. Some people thought they were too revealing, but others admired her courage. And that mix of reactions is what makes these images so unforgettable. It is also worth mentioning that Olivia Newton-John was always very careful about her image. Even though these photos were bold, she still kept a certain charm and grace. She never crossed the line into looking uncomfortable or forced. That is why fans still talk about them now, decades later. So, what can we learn from these photos? First, confidence is attractive. Second, being yourself can make a bigger impact than trying to fit in. And finally, taking risks with style can make you memorable, just like Olivia Newton-John has been for decades. Olivia's career has always been full of surprises. From music to movies to bold photo shoots, she has done it all. And each of these choices shows a little bit more about who she is. These G-string images are just one example, but they are one that fans will never forget. In the end, these photos are more than just pictures. They are a glimpse into Olivia Newton-John's confidence, her style, and her fearless personality. And that is what makes them so talked about, even years later. Whether you love them or not, there is no denying that these photos show a side of Olivia Newton-John that most people had not seen before. And maybe that is why they are still being discussed all these years later. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Which photo of Olivia surprised you the most? And remember, confidence is something we can all learn from, even if it is just a photo.